Yo, what's up, people? Right. Let's just sort this out. So come in. So talking about whether the mind can affect things at a distance, like they were saying how the intentions supposedly can affect rice in this rice experiment, but they were saying that the rice experiment's been debunked. So let me just go to stickers and then go to hang on, no, not that one. Don't want to do Q&A. Get rid of that. Then we'll just still go to where is it? Stickers and then poll. I'm gonna put, have you ever fasted? Yes. No. There we go. Start poll. Right. That's on screen. Hang on, I don't want to do that, do I? Wait a sec. Let's get rid of that. I'll just go into the watch page and do it. Oh, I know, it's there. Right. Right, so yeah, we've got that on screen now, but oh, it says poll complete. Okay. I'm just gonna put it in the chat. I'll put that into the chat. The poll on there. Yeah, asking if people are fasted. Hang on a sec. Let's try another poll. So, bear with me a second. I'm just gonna hello at HS. Let me just do it on here. So, have you ever fasted? So we could get into that topic of fasting and stuff, and because it's kind of like a bit of a contentious one, but because to me, like, it depends on the individual really, but I think if you're doing like intermittent fasting where you're doing time restricted feeding, that can help some people with diet adherence. It can help people to stick to a diet in some cases, that if they just have a certain window where it's just mentally, it's like, okay, if they do say 16-8, so they do say they eat from, say, like 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. So they just skip breakfast and then just have like lunch, and then they have like an evening meal, let's say, at 8 p.m. Then they fast for the rest of the time. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest? Good question. Hello, the king. If anyone's new here, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, guys and gals. So, you're welcome, Sir Mike. So, yeah, so like, I mean, yeah, just, yeah, Volt. Yeah, what's your favorite Tesco meal deal combination? I don't know. I don't really have Tesco meal deals. No, I'm straight. I've fasted before, yeah, and it was not a good idea for me, really, because I have quite a fast metabolism, so yeah, I mean, fasting might be good for people who are trying to lose weight, but if you have a fast metabolism and you're already at a decent weight, I don't think fasting is necessarily the best. Hang on. Said it was a good question but never answered. I don't know. I don't know, really. I can't answer that, really. Yeah, you fast for a month, a year. Yeah, that's right. But if someone's like at a healthy body weight, do they really need to be fasting? Hello, Kelly Ferguson. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Hope you're well. No, not too bad, thank you. Just doing a poll and asking people if either they fasted. Oh, Shining Pearl, how you doing? Usman Ali, how you doing? All right, really. How much do I weigh? I'm currently about 16 stone, but I am 6'4", and I also have as you can see, I've got some, quite a bit of lean mass on me. So I think weight is it's more to do with things like if you're at a healthy body fat. I don't think people should necessarily fast too much. Where am I from? I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Why do we say an alarm clock goes off when it actually turns on? Yeah, I know. That's a bit of a confusing one. Are you religious? No, I'm not myself. What about you? Yeah, I'm in York, Kelly. Where are you from? Nice to meet you. Hit that like button. Got 15 people and 2 likes. Goa. Oh yeah, Goa's in India. They got a thing called Goa Trans, haven't they? Yeah, I remember I was listening to Goa Trans. And Kelly's from Manchester. Oh yeah. All right, Manchester. Manny. Yeah, I'm from Manny. Yeah, mate. Oh yeah, I have fasted. Yeah, I've done dry fasting before, which is like a very extreme form of fasting, but not. I don't think it's really good to do that form of fasting because I think you should still drink water during a fast. But fasting doesn't automatically make you lose weight. You have to exercise and do cardio. Yeah, but fasting means that you're not eating calories. So if you're not taking in calories, if you're fasting, it depends on how much you're doing it. But it's just what I'm saying is that it's going to be hard to get enough food in if you're doing intermittent fasting. Like if you're doing, say, 16/8 fasting, I would struggle to get enough food in if I had to do 16/8 fasting. It might be a good idea if, say, you're on a cut or something and you're trying to like lose some weight. But yeah, if you want to lose weight, no, carnal diet just sounds like some gimmicky ass shit to me. But no, Manjaro, I don't think is probably the best for most people. But that's my opinion anyway. Tara, welcome back. Yeah, people are looking for shortcuts, but yeah. What's that? Children, the ill, pregnant, elderly don't fast. Yeah. Yeah, if you're trying to grow, then why would you fast? Yeah. GTA 6 to GTA 7. We haven't got GTA 6 out yet, have we? Fasting makes you a little healthy, but doesn't burn fat. I mean, if you're in a calorie deficit, it will. Hello, Sophie. How you doing? Hello, Simon says, it works. It's very restrictive and not ideal long term. Yeah, if you're doing it as like a way to lose weight, it can be quite effective for a lot of people. It depends on each individual though. Some people might be able to cram a lot of food, but I think the average person, they're probably going to lose weight if they do like a time restricted feeding, like 16/8, or especially if they're doing 18/6. I mean, if they're doing like restricting their feeding to a short window. What's that? I don't like to play as girl people waiting for GTA 6. I'm waiting for GTA 7. Oh, God. You're exempted if pregnant elderly children, right? Yeah, in fact, elderly need more protein apparently because your body does not synthesize protein as much when you get older. So if anything, they'd probably need more because otherwise they can waste away if they do too much fasting. So yeah. There's a diet called keto diet where you only eat protein. Actually, it's fat, isn't it? Really, keto diet mostly. I thought it was mostly fat. That's more like the Atkins diet, I believe, where they avoid carbohydrates. Yeah, I've heard about that. But I've heard it can be bad for some people as well. Like a lot of people find that it's not sustainable long term. I remember Frank Tofano did the carnivore diet, but even he couldn't sustain it forever. I don't need to lose weight. I need to gain it. Yeah. Hello, Asan. How you doing? Hello, Ibrahim. So, like, yeah, I remember, was it Paul Saladino? He was another one. He was a carnivore diet advocate, and then he pivoted and started adding fruit and rice in, I think he did. So, Tara, I need to lose it. All right, so, yeah, have you tried, like, increasing steps? That can be a good way to lose weight if you want to. It depends on each individual. Depends on what's your diet like, what's your activity like. So yeah, Anita says 6'7", 24 stones. Okay, 6'7". Are you just trying to be? Because obviously there's this whole 6'7" meme. Hello, life of Tor. Nice to meet you from Finland. All right, cool. Welcome in here. Hello, Delwood. I don't know about that really. Get a Wii and the Wii Fit. Oh yeah, that's a fun one, isn't it? Yeah. It's a shame that they don't still do them with the new ones that they bring out, like because they brought out the Nintendo Switch, which did away with all that, didn't it? Hello, Yoon. Oh yeah, I remember Wii Fit, and you had like I remember there was the whole like bowling thing that it had on it and stuff, and you had the sports, the Wii Sports, weren't it? And yeah, um, yeah, that might be a good one. 197 centimeters. Is that 6'7"? Hang on. Yeah, roughly. No, just over 6'6", I think. I think 196 is 6'6", so it's just over 6'6". Yeah. Like 2 meters is just over 6'7", I believe. Anyway, hope you're all well tonight, everybody. Yeah, welcome into my live. Inge says hi, how you doing? If anyone's new here, hit that subscribe button. Can you follow it? I can be so childish sometimes, can't I? Anyway, is everyone okay? The one says my money. Okay, whatever. Google Chrome. Yeah, you're there. Hello. How are you tonight? Thank you for the likes. Beyond with John. Hello. Hello, Payfee. Okay. The hell is going on? Yeah, I know it just gets a bit ridiculous sometimes, but hello, homie verse. How you doing tonight? Hello, Lee Jones. Are you? Hope you've had a good day. But yeah, I think maybe like intermittent fasting can be good for some people if they want to lose weight. But to gain weight, you want to actually be eating more food, and I think fasting might not be the best in those situations. Donate it. Okay, what's going on? This chat, it gets ridiculous sometimes. How do we save the traditional English pub? Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Liam. It's just one of those things, isn't it? It seems to be dying off. It's maybe it's just it'll get to a point with all this AI slop where people get so fed up of it all that they want to go more back to traditional socializing. That's what some people are suspecting might happen. What do you guys think? Do you think that it'll eventually pivot back to like old school? Because there's some people that are rebelling against the Tommy Hilfiger. Who's that? Who's wearing Tommy Hilfiger? You need to get yourself a few mods, but it's just engagement though, isn't it? So, like, if I just booted them all out, then I'd have a lot less people in the chat. So it's just one of those things, really. I'm trying to encourage more interaction. So even if some of it's a bit stupid, then it's like, I just have to kind of deal with it, really. Good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie. There's a game. You look like Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, really? Oh, really? Not sure about that. Okay, whatever. Okay. I am Muslim fast. Oh, yeah, you do that every year, yeah. Mod's goal to follow, like, giving someone, what do you mean, the hell? The hell's going on here? Yeah, no, I don't look like Mark Zuckerberg, yeah. You probably should go to Specsavers if you think so. Yeah, I try to delete comments and stuff. Like, if it gets ridiculous, and I do delete them sometimes. Hello, look, it's just sometimes mods can be a bit rogue. I'm just a bit kind of reluctant with all that, really. I just like to be in control of it. Like, if I want to get rid of it, then I'll get rid of it. But yeah, interpretive dance, not really. I'm not really a dancer person, really. What's Graves' disease? Not sure. Do the 3-day fast ones shut on the 3rd day too? Surprised me. Yeah, probably because you still have stuff backed up in your system for days. But eventually you'll not really shit as much. It'll become like less frequent, probably. or you'll have less of it. Fasting is more than physically and spiritual. I've heard that before, actually. Like in a lot of these religions, they do fast, and it's some kind of spiritual experience or something that once you clean out your system, then they feel more spiritual or something. Okay, Linsky, yeah, I don't know. I don't really sing Whitney Houston. Billy Elliot, oh really? Oh god. I think I've seen that film actually, Billy Elliot. It was like a ballet dancer or something, wasn't he? No, not Australian, I'm English. Why do so many people think I'm Australian or something? What are you saying, Durwood? Huh. Yeah. Takes your mind of the early things. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Anyway, here to remind you that you're... What are you on about? I don't know what's going on. Joe, hello. It's bomb, cyclone. Oh no. Hope you'll be alright. Yeah. We've had a bit of storms and stuff, but Billy Elliot, good film. That's me when I go out wearing headphones, just gotta dance as I go. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just dance as you go. That's a good one. And if you can, yeah. So you just dance in public, you mean? No, I don't sound Australian. Yeah, I'm English. There's these guys on about. Yeah. Is everyone all right? Minus 24 Fahrenheit. Oh, really? That's quite cold, isn't it? Well, you do. That's why it's good to like have confidence like that, isn't it? No, Keith. I used to live in Blackburn, but I live in York now. How you doing, Keith? Anyway, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Disco fries. No, I don't watch sport. No. Yeah, Kelly, are you still there? You're half Scottish. Oh, yeah. People think I sound Scottish for some reason as well. I was going to say Yorkshire accent, maybe. I'm originally from Lancashire, but yeah. Oh, you're Lancashire, Keith, are you? Yeah. Lancashire! You can tell the accent. They call it the rhotic R's. They call them. Oh, you're Welsh. What's occurring? Fair enough. What TV show are you watching right now? I don't watch TV, but I like to watch like comedy stuff online, things like that. I also watch a few like documentaries, like true crime documentaries and things like that. Heartbeat. Heartbeat. Why do you... What do you say? Heartbeat. Why do you miss when my baby kisses me? Remember that song, guys? It was actually a TV show called Heartbeat. That's where I got that one from. That was, wasn't it a Buddy Holly song or something like that? Hang on. Was it Buddy? It was one of those people anyway. It was it Buddy Holly? Yeah, it was a Buddy Holly song. Or was it Buddy Holly? Yeah, it was Buddy Holly. Yeah, Buddy Holly. Yeah. Oh, it was said it was originally recorded by Bob Montgomery and credited to Norman Petty in 1958. Yeah, Buddy Holly. Shaking Steve. Did you just put random people in here? They did that song Merry Christmas, everyone, didn't they? Yeah. It will go when it goes like heartbeat. Why do you miss when my baby kisses me? Do you watch Keeping Up with Appearances from BBC America? So funny, from the 80s and 90s. I've seen it a few times. Hyacinth Bouquet. Yeah. Yeah, Hyacinth Bucket she was called, but she pronounced it Hyacinth Bouquet, trying to sound posh or something. Yeah. There was another one, what was it called? Ab Fab was another one as well, and then there was other ones from 90s. There was like Vicar of Dibley was another one as well. There's a lot of good shows back then, weren't there? I liked some of the sketch stuff as well, like Harry Enfield's show and whatever, and like Yeah. Oh, we have one foot in the grave. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm British. Yeah. Oh, Fast Show. That was a bit like Harry Enfield, wasn't it? Because it had Paul Whitehouse on that one, didn't it? Yeah, Paul Whitehouse. Who else was in it? But yeah, Harry Enfield had Harry Enfield and a few other ones in it. But yeah, what's she called? Kathy Burke. Yeah. They find a woman but don't get arrested. Oh yeah, no, it's like people get triggered over that subject, don't they? Michael Barrymore. Oh yeah, didn't he get like in trouble or something because something about unaliving, but it was all kind of like I don't know what happened. It's like it was something about something fucked up or something, and yeah. But then did he not get away with it? Something I don't know what happened, but it was someone died in his pool, but then they were saying that he was um to like well partially to blame or something, but yeah, that was what it was. But wasn't he like a yeah? It Bulgarian flamingo. What's that? I don't know. A lady who tried to cook and sell stuff from the 70s. Who are you talking about? Don't know who that is. Hello, Liam. Found in pool face down and okay. Oh god, what? Yeah. Okay. Is everyone all right tonight then? Sirloin. Oh god, sirloin. Yeah, it's one of those like joke names, isn't it? Like Drew Peacock or Hugh Janus. Some of these comments are just ridiculous. Anyway, hit that like button, everybody. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's get the likes up in here, eh? Yeah. Anyway, else. Okay, can we just stop with these comments? I mean, come on. Okay. It's like, how old are you guys? Are you like 5 or something? Um, Hello, Royal Secrets. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? What's your name? Nice to meet you. Hi, LM7416. What is going on in this comment section? What the fuck? Can we just get off the Barrymore shit? Let's have a look and see what it says. Is Michael Barrymore let's have a look and see what it says. There's something about the drugs and alcohol being consumed, and so there's not been any charges or anything, but yeah, there's apparently some ongoing investigation and still about things, but yeah. Okay, Chrysler George. The brown Potter. It reminds me of that joke in it, like, why did the snooker player go to the toilet? To Potter Brown. Yeah, I'm not a religious person, so yeah. It's not really my thing. Anyway, hope you're all well. Share the live out if you can. What Strong says, okay, well, can we just get off that now? Oh god. What the hell? I shouldn't have mentioned anything about Michael Barrymore. But I saw some videos of him where he looked like he was pretty fit for his age, as in like he was like running and stuff. And the guy's like 70 years old or whatever he is. Let's have a look. How old is he now? Michael Barrymore. Like, he's getting on a bit, isn't he? Born in 1952, so that'll make him what? 73. So he'll be 73 years old. There's an English lady who is 100 years old, has some machete, and she uses it to open doors at night. Oh, God. Okay, what is going on in here? This comment section has been ridiculous. Huh. Okay, right, can we just like, I don't know. It's not even funny. It's just stupid. Like, yeah, just... Okay. I might just have to restart if it's gonna, yeah. Because I can't even, like, I don't know what I've been doing with this. Okay. Oh, Dr. Echo, this is what I get for, like, allowing trolls to kind of just, yeah. I think we need to change the subject. I'm trying to make it on YouTube, but I'm trying to balance, like, allowing some trolls to, as long as they're not rude and offensive, but also block one and then get rid of ones that are a bit kind of crossing the line and stuff. I have nothingness. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like they're secret fans or something, because they're always here. Do I play video games? I don't. I used to, though. I used to play a lot of racing games and stuff. Yeah, I used to be quite into racing games. Thank you for the 10 likes, everyone. Yeah. Midnight Club, yeah. Midnight Club, Need for Speed, Juiced. Yeah, Need for Speed Underground 2 was good. Need for Speed Most Wanted as well. Like, those were my favorite Need for Speed games. Burnout was good, yeah. Yeah, Burnout was good. Yeah, Burnout. I used to like when you take the cars down and stuff. Yeah, Most Wanted you had about the original one or the I've played both of them. The one from 2005 and the one from 2012. Yeah, Burnout. Yeah, a lot of people say Burnout 3 was best. I think Burnout Revenge was good as well. And I had Burnout Paradise as well. That was good. Because that had like open world. But some people were saying that the Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 was a bit more like Burnout Paradise feel to it, because it was made by Criterion Games, which is the same people that made Burnout. So that's the ones that made that. I think it's because I remember there was like some other company that made Need for Speed games, and then they'd, I think, stopped at that point, if I remember. Because I remember there was one called, I think they were called Black Box or something. They were like the developers or whatever they were. EA Black Box or something, but I think they stopped after a bit, and yeah, they stopped making them. But a lot of the new Need for Speed games apparently have been a bit crap. But yeah, the Black Box era was like the best. Something I didn't play anything after like probably like 2011 or so. Need for Speed games, because they brought some out after that, but I wasn't really interested at that point. Yeah, I don't know who that is. USA Patriot. What the fuck is going on with this chat? Hello, Mordecai. I don't know who that is, USA Patriot. I'll just get rid of you because you're spamming now. Trying to have like just a normal chat in here, really. But some people just want to be stupid and shit. But yeah. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so, but yeah, Burnout was good, yeah. Yeah, I used to like doing the crash ones where you would just like crash into a bunch of cars. That was quite fun. You have to try and try and cause as much of a smash up as possible. It kind of reminds me of, have you ever seen Final Destination 2 when they like have the pile up, all the cars smashing into each other? Has anyone ever watched the Final Destination films? Hello, Scarlett. How you doing? Hello, Ataraxia. How you doing? Reminds me of a song called Ataraxia by. There's actually two different songs with the same name. There's one by what are they called? Team Sleep, which is the guy from Deftones' other band that he had. Then there's also a song by Kevin called Ataraxia, which is like an instrumental song, but yeah. Do water turn yellow when you swim? Not when I swim. I'm not one of those people to just like. Look, Gordon fucking Ramsay. Yeah, so like, yeah, Axia, whatever it's called. I didn't know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why. That's why. Yeah, that's one I've heard before. It's like, why is 10 afraid of? What is it? Why is 10 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9, and then 10 is next. McVitie's, like that food like company, like McVitie's biscuits and stuff. Then they make Jaffa cakes or something. McVitie's. Is it true that living in a luxury cruise ship costs less than apartment rent in England? Not sure. It doesn't sound right. I've heard that it can be quite expensive for like moorings, for like living on a boat. I was looking into like how much it would cost to live on a boat. It could be potentially quite expensive if you're with like moorings and stuff, if you want to do that. But so I was actually considering actually buying a boat and living in one, but it's not the cheapest thing to do. Fucking row. You fucking donkey. Yes, if the cruise ship is in India. Oh, really? Well, maybe if, yeah, everything's quite cheap over there, pretty much, isn't it? Just went to see a rerun of the Two Towers at cinema. So that's me geeked out for a month. Isn't that, what is it? Lord of the Rings, isn't it? My Trump impression is better, you say? Well, that's fake news. Hi, Rebecca. How have you been? Not seen you for a while. Isn't Gravity live at the moment? Or have they gone? I saw they were live or something, but are they not? Are they still on? Yeah, they're still live. Yeah, how have you been, Rebecca? Dr. Echo says the charge of the Rohirrim in Return of the King will be good in cinema. Alright, I don't know that one. Would you enjoy an evening with me as Trump? What do you mean? The hell? As a doctor, I'm concerned about your eyes. Why are you concerned about my eyes? What's up with my eyes? Do you know amazing people? Some people are amazing. Yeah, they're live now, I think. And I'm good, thanks. I finished 1,000 miles for charity today. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. Congratulations. What the hell? Can you just like maybe just not do that in here? That's not right. That is just kind of, yeah. Can you do an impression of Trump getting charged extra for Sky TV package? They're like really expensive. Sky is just terrible prices, and they're trying to rip me off. The service is like terrible, but everything's so terrible in the UK with all the really bad services. In America, we got way better services. Yeah, no, just whatever. Skinny Trump, really. Whatever. Oh, God. Yeah, is everybody alright tonight? Hello, Chronic. It's a fantastic impression. It's tremendous. Oh, you gotta do the O, like the O mouth. Yeah, sometimes I forget to. You gotta make sure you get all the hand gestures and the head kind of like tilted off to the side. Shows the guns. Well, people in Britain have no guns. They can't like defend themselves. How are you supposed to defend yourself if you haven't got guns? Like, this is why we have our Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. It's important that we are able to defend ourselves. As they say, an armed society is a protected society. I water fasted for 29 days and ended up in hospital for 2 weeks for refeeding syndrome. Wasn't great. Yeah, you've got to make sure that you don't just refeed too quickly, I've heard. You have to slowly introduce food. If you're doing like going from eating nothing to... Yeah, I've heard that can actually be deadly, that refeeding syndrome, isn't it? Trump does a weird thing where he puts his jaw toward as well. I'll have to look at that one. Oh, what, you mean like that? I don't know. Anyway. Never stop speaking like Trump. Oh yeah, it's just funny to just do that impression. There was this other guy, if you remember him, if you're in the UK. Nice to see you, nice. The Bruce Forsyth. Come on, dollies, do your dealing. Muggers? I thought you said moggers. Hello, Kabaryu. What's going on? Brucey bonus. I think the food can rupture the stomach or something. Yeah, possibly. Because then the body starts to get used to like not eating, and then it's like, because your stomach shrinks apparently if you haven't eaten for so long. I look like a scouser apparently. How's it going, mate? I'm from Liverpool. Hello, Yusuf. How you doing? I'm from Liverpool, mate. How's it going? Come on, Scouse accent. From Merseyside. Oh yeah, fun facts. Birkenhead Park is what Central Park was inspired by. Did you know that, guys? Yeah. Oh, uncooked. That's some thick accent. Are you talking about the Scouse one or my accent? Hello, Yusuf from Pakistan. How you doing? Hope you're well. I'm not fasting. So I was just, saying that, has anyone ever done fasting before? But some say it's not just about the food, not eating, it's just like a spiritual thing as well, apparently. Hello, Amariza. Birkenhead isn't Liverpool. Yeah, I know technically, but I'm just saying, I just thought I would mention that. I know it's on the other side, and they call it plastic scousers, and it. But technically, it's in the Wirral. It's still part of Merseyside, but it's in the Wirral borough, I think it is. Whereas Liverpool's in like Sefton borough or something. I could be wrong, but yeah, you've got Sefton, which is Liverpool, Southport, and all that. Fast food maker. What sort of fast food do you make? Yeah. Hello, former Gile Woolies. Is that what they call them? Birkenhead to Liverpool is just over the water. Yeah. Yeah. This over the water. But, it's a different city. Hello, just a normal nomad. How you doing? What's your name? I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? So you're a nomad. So you're like a traveller then? Like a gypsy or something? Yeah. Tell that to a scout so they'll have your eyes out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're not fucking scousers, mate. They're fucking plastic scousers. Yeah, I travel a lot, but oh yeah, cool. So is that like a lifestyle? There was this channel called Nomad Sam, and he's like hangs out in the woods and stuff. I remember when he started out, he was hanging out at the sand dune when it was summertime, and it was like red hot. It was like with his dog, camping. Suppose that would make it feel a bit less lonely, I guess. You have your dog with you, yeah. But yeah, he was like foraging on the sea, like for like seaweed and some like mollusks and stuff. On ice, I don't know, but I've heard most Americans actually support it, and it's like there's some people maybe I don't know if is it some overreaction that people are making, where some people are saying that they should be more concerned about all of the crimes that some of these illegals are causing. Because like we have a thing over here, we've got like the problem with the illegals where there's not being enough vetting of migration and stuff to like they're just kind of like letting them into society and shit's been happening. It's obviously it's not happening all the time, but there is concerns about that. Australia, what's going on there? No, I'm not a lawyer, no. It's all the same to people who don't live there. What do you mean? Then about it doesn't really, if I don't live there, then it doesn't really affect me kind of thing. Is that what you're saying? How to improve my mental health? Any tips for a dangerous mind? I think just try and hello MF Shiny. So hello Alex. Similar with not vetting people, right? Are you on about Scousers? You ever lived outside the UK? No, I haven't. Hang on a sec. So what we're saying about the dangerous mind, what do you mean? Tips for a dangerous mind? In about someone with like impulses and things like that. I mean, I can't really. I have to find out what you're trying to refer to when you say about dangerous mind. I mean, I talk about general mental health stuff in terms of like gratitude and focusing on positive habits, meditating, programming your subconscious mind with positive affirmations and things like that. Hello, cool hand mountain man. The hell? It says letting in too many people, etc., not skilled migrants. This is what I'm saying, that skilled migration I have no problem with. And it seemed as though some of the people who were like they would go make a point of like, yeah, I remember there was these videos floating around where they were trying to make a point about, oh, these people are saying that, oh, we shouldn't have, these Philippine workers and whatever. But it's like, but these are skilled migrants. That is different. It almost seems like a straw man argument to try and an easy takedown, basically, instead of actually addressing the concerns that some of these people have. And I just feel like it was a bit disingenuous or just ignorant or something, because there is real concerns that some people have about unvetted migration, allowing in these people who are like, and it's like, why is it mostly like these military age men? Like, if they're fleeing war-torn countries and stuff like that, why is it always men come in? What's that about? Something seems off about the whole thing to me, but hello, Lucy Coffee, how you doing? It's about someday my dream will come. You just have to believe in yourself, but you have to put in action on your goals. Uncooked, we have moved to Spain aggressively. We just don't move to crap countries, right? Yeah, Spain sounds like it could be good. They fill a boat with men and have one woman on it so they don't get refused. Right. So that's how it goes then, is it? Because, yeah, they just don't hardly have any women. But, like, why aren't the women coming then? Why aren't the women and families and stuff coming on the boats and stuff? Yeah. It's, anyway, how many pints of Guinness could you... I don't know, I don't drink alcohol. Hello, Auslander. Yeah, alright, Auslander. G'day, mate. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Yeah, they call it prawn apparently. They don't call them shrimps. Yeah. Yeah, they don't call it shrimps, they call it prawns. Okay, hell yeah, that's fine. I mean, no, we shouldn't do that, but I'm just saying I think they should turn the boats back or something. Like, if they don't have passports and stuff, any reason why you don't drink alcohol? I just choose not to. It's like, and it could partly be down to like defiance, you could say, because I'm like, because so many people do it and so many people are like try and push people into it and try and encourage it. It's like, it's kind of like almost like a knee-jerk reaction of like, well, I'm just going to rebel against that and just kind of not do it kind of thing. That's just kind of like, yeah, how I can be a lot of the time. The more people want me to do something, the more I'm just not going to want to do it. Yeah, it tastes like, yeah. I used to have some like milder stuff, but like sherry and things like that I would have at Christmas. I used to do they would have, give you a glass of sherry, so it was quite mild stuff really, isn't it? Not very much alcohol. Well, yeah, it's basically a legal poison, isn't it? Well, they're all drugs, and we were talking earlier about the effects of alcohol and cigarettes and stuff, and yeah, I lived in London in its golden era, like years ago. It was beautiful. Yeah, it's a shame how things have become like so run down nowadays. It's worse than weed or coke. I'm not sure about coke. I've heard coke's pretty bad, but yeah, they can't like tax that. That's probably the only reason that they make it illegal for like weed and stuff, because it's like they can't tax it, can they? Like, if they could tax the living hell out of it, then I'm pretty sure that they would make it legal, because alcohol, I would reckon, is probably far worse for you than weed. But yeah, fair play to you. Yeah, you don't drink much. I know you were saying, did you say you used to drink a lot or something? Or yeah. Creative engineer says, try indie rum, old monk. It gives you wings. Oh, really? That's what they say about Red Bull, isn't it? Hello, annoyed canoe. Why can't they tax it? What do you mean, why can't they tax it? But it's not something they can regulate, is it, really? I mean, as in, like, let's say people growing their own stashes, selling it kind of, when they're selling it kind of in a, in a sort of black market and stuff, aren't they? Well, it's like, how are they supposed to tax that, Yeah, not if you grow your own, yeah, exactly. That's why they do that. Because weed is technically illegal here, but soon it will be legal here. You reckon? I mean, I reckon it would only be legal if they find a way to tax it, right? Always preferred to smoke than drink. Hello, Hunter. How you doing? I mean, you would think they should make it legal if it helps people get off drinking. That maybe it's better, arguably, because alcohol is arguably worse. Let's have a look at actually. What is worse for health, alcohol or weed? Let's have a look. No, I'm not a cricketer, no. So, yeah. America's legalized it in a lot of states, but some are saying now they're starting to demonize it again. I think, like I said, there's certain people that maybe should take it, in my opinion, but then there's certain people probably shouldn't take it. It should be a case-by-case thing of whatever that... Hi Edmund, how you doing? If anyone's new here, please subscribe to the channel, that would be really appreciated. Based on scientific research, medical expert consensus, and data regarding mortality and disease, alcohol is generally considered more harmful to physical health and society than cannabis, weed. While neither substance is considered safe or good for you, alcohol poses a higher risk of fatal overdose, or organ damage, and addiction. So you could argue that weed could be good for some people in certain instances if it helps them with pain. If it can help certain people with pain, sort of like, then you could argue that that is a therapeutic use, and that's good for them in that instance. But yeah, arguably. What about corn? Oh yeah, that's more about the mental effects of that, yeah. It's mad how people have to call it corn instead of the other word. This whole kind of censorship crap in it. Why can't people just call it what it is? It's like people calling it unalive instead of the other word. It's like I'm afraid to even say the actual word, because of it all. No, I can just keep going, and yeah. Gotta make sure to stay hydrated. Got to make sure to stay hydrated. They say got to drink at least 2 liters of water a day. If you don't drink 2 liters of H2O every day, that could be fatal, could cause dehydration, eventually leading to cardiac arrest. Yeah, I can completely agree with that statement. Alcohol also makes the age process go faster. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the people who drink a lot of alcohol, they're like in their 20s and they're already getting wrinkles and stuff. So corn isn't that harmful. Those who meet people then do it with a healthy relationship. Others just enjoy corn on their own. I'm not sure I really agree. I think there's been some studies where they found that it can really mess up the brain, and actually, because what happens is when people watch that kind of content, they start to crave more and more extreme content in a lot of cases. They can start to then crave more deviant content, and because it has to do with the whole thing of the dopamine and all that, and also it can make it harder to form a real relationship if you start getting addicted. And a lot of people are going to struggle to not get addicted to that kind of stuff. So I don't necessarily agree. So I don't know. I think that it can be quite a destructive habit for a lot of guys. Like, yeah, it can just lead to a lot of gooning and a lot of just unproductiveness. Yeah, especially modern corn, vintage. Oh God. Think about if you look at photographs of people from the 60s or 70s, they look a lot older. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. I remember, I think, didn't Vsauce do a video on that or something? Remember he did a video on that. Oh, congratulations, Logan. Yeah, Vsauce did a video on it, so yeah. It's saying how people used to look older. Some of the fashion could make people look older as well, and there's that as well. No, I don't really do. I mean, I'm into fitness. I can't agree with smoking aging you. I have smoked for a long time. I mean, everyone's going to be different, but maybe some people genetically are more resistant to aging, I guess. But I've heard, yeah, smoking can cause some aging, but it might be different in different people. Um, what's gooning? Well, maybe that's something that you should look up if you don't know what gooning is. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of yeah. There is a link between corn use watching the corn and then a lot of there's some guys end up getting into more deviant sort of stuff. I don't want to get into like exactly what they might get into because it's quite disgusting, but I'm just saying that it's a slippery slope, and I think this whole hypersexualization is a big problem in of itself, and just training the brain to just see people as objects, and I think men should probably desexualize their brains, and because if you want to have a more wholesome relationship, then yeah, of course, sex is going to be a part of it, but it shouldn't be this kind of lustfulness thing. I think, in my opinion, it should be it's about a love connection between two people, and it's a lot more meaningful than rather than just some kind of objectification. Yeah, if they start paying for it, especially if they're paying for like OF creators or things like that, then if they're doing a lot of that. Yeah, that's right, Uncooked. But how many people just do it once, though, Medusa? I mean, how many people just watch it once and then that's it? It sounds like you just come in here just to like antagonize. I've noticed you've done this a few times where you always come in here and trying to kind of. Now, I appreciate when people have a different opinion, but it just seems as though you're intentionally trying to not listen and just like I don't even know who you are. Like I don't know what you're called or anything like that. So I'm just a bit sus with you. I'm not saying they're rude, it's just I mean almost every time you've come into the live, we seem to have kind of I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I was Polish author. What you saying? Kazimir Pikorski. Gut feeling, Jerry. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, they say always trust your gut. So yeah, I enjoy watching corn, and I just like to say what I believe. That's okay. I mean, I'm not saying you have to leave. I'm just saying that like, is it really healthy to be doing that? I'm just saying that it's fine to acknowledge if you've got a problem, but it's just like a lot of people wouldn't want to do that if they, I mean, especially if you're doing this stuff regularly. I mean, I think we've all probably watched it at some point, right? It's just that I think we have to start to kind of be mindful of what we're consuming. And yeah, we all have people have different problems. I'm talking about addictions and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's just a thing of yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, whatever. Cool on Mountain says I'm a bit rude sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Crazy Lady Jane, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I know I've been getting a lot of trolls and stuff, but you know, that's just something that I deal with. Hello, Andrew. Yeah, we all right, everybody? Okay. Matt, you're animalistic to some extent. Yeah, if you go hardcore, but I'm just saying that it can be a slippery slope, is what I'm saying. That little Joe Mac, I don't know exactly what they watch, what kind of content they're watching, but desexualization, I think, is something that we should probably be, prioritizing. I think because I think it's almost like a kind of paradox where the more sexualized we become, it almost seems as though society actually ends up having it less because then they just start to objectify each other, and at least meaningful relationships go down. They might have meaningless flings and things like that, but I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying that like it's something that can make you objectify people. Is there really any need to watch this stuff if you're gonna? Why not just? I don't know. Like, is it because you're afraid to go out and meet somebody and you just kind of resort to watching this kind of content or something that I don't know. It's what about if you was with somebody? Would you continue to watch it then? Because I had this issue with somebody where they were saying that they were watching it still when they were with somebody, and I feel like that is kind of like a form of cheating in a way. Watching, you know, getting off to somebody else. You won't be with anybody, okay? But do you think that that might be the problem? Is that like you are being kind of like your mind is being influenced by this stuff potentially? Only if you're watching it together. But I still would think that that's still a bit weird to me, really. But shouldn't you be more focused on each other rather than watching other people? And that's how I see it anyway. I don't know. I don't know why anyone would do that personally, but yeah. I mean, have you never tried getting anybody else, or is that something that you just don't want to do? I mean, anyway, maybe you should apply for a philosophy teacher role. You're so damned deep. Yeah, yeah. long-term relationships, you try different things. I don't know. I just feel like if I was with somebody, why do I need to like be watching other people doing that shit? You know? Yeah, it is awkward. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I personally wouldn't be. Yeah, into that myself personally. That like if I was with somebody, why would I need to be watching somebody else doing shit like that? But yeah. What if you are single always and nobody has ever wanted to be with you? Then should you not try to address that then? Because I feel like if the problem is, what I would say is that when people become addicted, oftentimes it's like a vice that people use as a cope. Like it's a way of trying to simulate something because they can't get that in real life. Instead of trying to work on being able to get something in real life, because that takes struggle, it takes work. And I get that. I get that because we all struggle these days, and but it's yeah. This day and age, it has more difficult. What if you don't want the real thing? So what do you want then? So you said either you can't get the real thing, or if you don't want the real thing. So why wouldn't you want the real thing? Can you study Peruvian wind patterns soon, please? What about it? Andromeda. Is that a thing, not wanting the real thing? Some might say, well, it's the things that it comes with now. Some people might say about all the strings attached to being with an actual person. It's like there's a lot of guys that are doing, virtual girlfriends and stuff like that which I feel like is kind of sad if that's what you're resorting to. But they might say stuff like, oh, well, I'd rather this than the real thing because they won't answer me back and things like that. Oh, this virtual girlfriend won't answer me back. This OF that I'm subscribed to, they won't answer me back. So that's why they end up in these like parasocial relationships and things like that. But it's like things in life aren't perfect, but I don't know. I just don't really like where things are going, where things are becoming more and more virtual and less real. But that's just me. I guess I'm more old fashioned with my thinking on a lot of things. Oh yeah, AI girlfriend shit. Yeah. I just feel like it's a way of just trying to cut corners and avoid any of the difficulties of an actual relationship. But I think through difficulties comes a better reward, I think. I believe a lot of things that are hard in life are a lot more rewarding than doing things the easy way. If it's easy, then it isn't worth having, is kind of how I see it. That's my philosophy on things, is like, for example, when the people got riches early on in life, maybe they were like trust fund kids or whatever, they had rich parents, and they don't appreciate that wealth. Whereas the one who was a self-made millionaire, I think they're probably going to appreciate it a lot more because they had to work at it. Well, it's virtual in the sense that you're watching something through a screen and not experiencing it yourself. So it's kind of semantics now. Anyway, I'm getting another drink. Yeah. Isn't streaming kind of part of that virtual world? Yeah. But I'm not really. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I'm not perfect, you know. I mean, I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm doing this for my own kind of. I have my own agenda, and I do want to try and meet more people offline. And I've actually bumped into people in real life because of this. So it has actually translated into real life. So, yeah. Anyway, I think some parts of it can be good thing. What parts of what? Sorry. Okay, see you later, Red Wolf. Yeah. Okay, whatever. That's cool. I have met some of my streaming friends. Cool, yeah. What do you mean, people that you've watched or something? Yeah, I'll have to meet up someday. But somebody, I'm telling you guys the other day that somebody, well, she lives in Leeds, but she just happened to be in York the other night, and I was walking home. But I actually did a detour now doing something else. Just happened to bump into her. Just by pure coincidence, but some might say that there is no coincidences and that was supposed to happen. I mean, who knows, but yeah. Anyway, no one lives by me. I know. Corn on the cob. Oh, goodness. Corn on the cob. Hello. Yeah, I used to live stream, did for years, just stopped because life got in the way. Fair enough. What did you talk about on your live streams? Yeah. Yeah. No, I won't queue in. What the hell? Who's... I know. No. Anyway, so yeah, just welcome in everybody. But I think that like the social media stuff has its good and bad, really. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you have to go or anything. It's just we always seem to get into some kind of clash. I'm just like saying that it just seems like we always end up clashing over something. Like the other day, it was about the trans stuff, and then it was about fruit, whether that's healthy. I mean, I don't know. You look like you're trying to join Islam. No, we're both autistic. Oh, really? So what's your actual name then? No, I'm British. Yes, Mike, I'm a night owl, and my little boy is still awake because we had a big nap this afternoon. Oh, yeah. Some say having naps is better than having just one long sleep. What do you guys think? Is Medusa? Is Medusa? Hang on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. I think it's just if we disagree on something, then it's best to just kind of, after a certain point, just to kind of agree to disagree kind of thing. So I guess we'll just do that, I guess. We have different takes on things and we should be okay with that. So yeah. I mean, yeah, because I don't think it's good to try and push different views on each other. So anyway, Chronic, hello. How are you? Hope you well tonight. Chronic says true, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. Who's Tara? Oh yeah, Tora's in the chat still. Yeah, Tora Jackson. Yeah. Jesus loves me. Oh, thank you. I don't usually nap. I usually get a couple of hours each night, but didn't take my ADHD meds today, so a bit more tired than usual. Oh, fair enough. Okay, well, you please. I'm genuinely sorry if you think I tried. I'm not saying you try to push it. It's just more that it just seemed like there are some people who seem like antagonists. Terrific, Celestial. Good to see you. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. It's just sometimes it feels like some people are here to be like antagonists or something. I've had people in the past that just seem to be there just to disagree with me. So, wide awake now, and the quitting smoking thing is horrible. Keep burning up. Oh no. Okay, can we just get rid of? I'll just get rid of this one. Like, and these people got nothing better to do. I say what I think, but I do like you. I'm not a troll. Okay. Okay then. So yeah. Again, I'll do this chord trick. Maybe I'll do a short, where I'll kind of do it as like, can anyone guess how it's done kind of thing. Hello, Elliot. No, not yet. No. So so I would cut the chords, and then I would like just dribble the chords, and then stop with a random chord. I'm getting a feeling that this is a number chord. I'm getting a feeling that it's quite low. I'm thinking maybe a 3. And I'm getting a feeling that it's a black chord. I think it might be thinking a club. Hang on a second. Wait a minute. No, I think it might be. Wait a second. 10, not a 3. 10, a 10. I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's a 10, and I think it's a club. I think it might be the 10 of clubs. Wouldn't that be crazy? The 10 of clubs. And there you go. The 10 of clubs. Magic. Yeah. So that's anyway. What do I play? I've got the mouth harp. He changed it genuinely. What do you mean? You saying I changed the chord? Hi, Lexi Mosaic. Oh, thank you. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Just random guessing. Yeah, because I guessed right. Anyway, so yeah. Is everybody okay? Mad Pot, he thinks it sounds amazing, this. Mad Pot is I don't care. What are you saying? Okay, thank you, Medusa. Hello, you're cozy. A hillbilly intro, really? Yeah. So, Mike, just going back under the bridge or something, Thank you for the likes, everybody. Yeah, maybe just get back under that bridge. I mean, goodness. Hello, Cool Blood. How's it going? What's your name? Nice to meet you. If you're new here, and hit that subscribe button. All right. Hello, Zendaya. Good to see you again. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're well. Oh, thank you, Medusa. All right, okay. Well, thank you for the £5 super chat. Well, okay. I guess if you was a troll, then you probably wouldn't have bothered them, would you? But yeah, just sounds shite. Well, there's a saying that goes, if you have nothing good to say, then keep it to yourself. Hello, DJ Jutona. Yeah. Such a bachelor. Oh yeah, bachelor. Why do they call it a bachelor's degree anyway? What? It's nothing to do with being a bachelor, is it? What's the topic? Well, we're kind of jumping from topics, but I want to get back onto the topic earlier that I talked about with this whole morphic resonance thing. Hello, Western rural dweller. Oh, thank you. So there was this theory that basically like past kind of as in like past. Let me just kind of go through it again. So does anyone like resonate, no pun intended, with this theory? So this is Rupert Sheldrake's theory. So I'll go back onto it. So it's a controversial non-mainstream hypothesis suggesting that memory is inherent in nature and that natural systems, organisms, crystals, molecules inherit a collective memory from past similar systems. It posits that patterns of form and behavior are shaped by and resonant with previous instances of themselves, acting as habitual fields rather than being governed solely by fixed eternal laws. So, does anyone understand that? So, in mainstream science, they believe that is not possible or something. I do the opposite of fasting. I eat as much as I can and try. Oh god, not the hell, that is ridiculous. I fast 30 days every month. Well, you'd be not alive right now. Hello, Isaacu. What do I do? Your mama. Alright, so what it's saying is that about some kind of like memory from the past can affect things. So his theory on evolution was, let me go into like Rupert Sheldrake evolution. So he has a different take on evolution, but what he says is that he proposes that evolution is driven by morphic resonance, a process where nature develops habits through memory rather than solely by random mutations and natural selection. He suggests that species inherit behavioral and physical patterns from past members via collective memory, allowing for faster evolution than mechanistic theories predict. So, Hayes Pie says Charles Darwin was right. Stoned ape theory, yes, I've heard about that. Some people were suggesting that was what led to speeding up of evolution. But according to this, that talking about memory of nature and things like that, and the universe having a memory supposedly, and yeah. Let's have a look. So beyond survival of the fittest. While not denying natural selection, Sheldrake believes it is insufficient to explain all evolutionary phenomena. He suggests that morphic fields guide biological growth and behavior. Is that true? I didn't know that. Is that true? Charles Darwin. Let's have a look. Charles Darwin, Abraham Lincoln. Let's have a look at this. Both born on February 12th, 1809. I did not know that. Wow. Well, you learn something new every day, eh? What are the chances of that, eh? Huh. Wow. I know that the Austrian painter was born on 420. Well, that's the American version of it, isn't it? 420. Over here, it would be 24. Because we have it the other way around, but yeah. Yeah, I love random facts. It's like the months July, August, September, October, November. The initials spell Jason. Did you know that? That's another fun fact as well. That led into study human biology, theoretically. Oh, really? Oh, wow. But, yeah. So, like, just, yeah, I've been looking at it was this thing called inheritance of acquired characteristics. So his theory allows for the inheritance of acquired habits, challenging strict neo-Darwinian views and aligning more with a modern interpretation of Lamarckian evolution. Have you heard of that one before? Although the 13 God call. So I'm talking about this supposed theory of like called morphic resonance, but there is a lot of critics that say that they don't buy into it or something. But this is Rupert Sheldrake. He actually had a banned TEDx talk or something, which was actually banned from their platform or something because it was considered too fringe. Where it was a thing called 10 Dogmas of Science. It's called, if you look at his video, it's called the 10 Dogmas of Science, where he challenges some of the assumptions in science, like things such as life has no purpose and things like that. I mean, yeah, a lot of people disagree with him in the scientific community and say that he's like pseudoscience or something, but yeah, so this is so a thing called inheritance of acquired characteristics. So that might mean that, say, like if you know your genes express in a certain way, then that could then influence the next. Is that what that means? That if your genes express a certain way, then that can influence the next generation. So maybe these acquired characteristics are environmentally influenced, which could affect your. Well, they do say it affects. You can affect your epigenetics through environmental exposures and things like that, and lifestyle. But could these things have a impact on evolution? Well, one of the things that you'll see is that people are getting taller. Have you noticed that people seem to be getting taller? And why is that? Let's have a look and see what the actual explanation. Why are people getting taller? Let's see what it says about that. So it says about improved nutrition, better healthcare, and reduced disease rates. So that's probably more to do with that. So, but basically, it's talking about environmental factors like better living conditions, including sanitation and healthcare, have reduced environmental stresses that previously hindered growth. Obviously a lot of environmental things like lifestyle and stuff can influence your gene expressions. The question is whether having those gene expressions that could then actually influence that next generation more. Like, for example, if you, hello squirrel sniper, how you doing? Oh, it sounds like it's raining outside, but it's just like, I think, like you could say that, the whole Darwinian evolution has some merit, but also it might not be a full explanation. But I mean, people talk about like natural selection when it comes to things like diseases and things like that, like things like such as microbial like resistance and things like that. For example, when they would use antibiotics and stuff, is this just some random thing where it's like there's random mutations that just happen to bypass the whatever the, what I mean, the antibiotics? Or is there something more, not saying it's intelligent, but is there something natural that happens that causes them to evolve faster, not just from natural selection? Like, natural selection could be a part of it, but is there something else that is speeding up that process or something? I haven't grown since high school, I think. Yeah, I actually stopped growing since high school, yeah. I was actually probably the tallest in my year. Genetic expressions are a guideline, but not a rule. So OT is generally believed. What's that, OT? What do you mean, Cranberry? What's OT again? Oh, it is what's generally believed. So what you're saying about, like, so let's say, for example, you've got a disease, let's say some kind of pneumonia or something, right? A little bit like, and then or some other disease that they use. So it might be a disease that it could be from, like, say, agriculture, and they're arguing that because of farming all these animals, that they are pumping them with antibiotics, and that causes a lot of disease, some people are saying, because they're basically causing these animals to become resistant, causing causing the germs to become resistant to the antibiotics, as well as things like vaccinations or whatever that they pump into them. So the question is whether that is entirely a natural selection thing, or is there something else going on? Is it to do with, just to do with that? So I don't know. It's all like, a bit of a complicated field, but yeah, just wondering what you guys' thoughts are on that. Because people talk about how, if you, like, there was a thing called Marek's disease, and what happened is when they vaccinated the chickens, they found that more unvaccinated chickens got sick and died as a result. So they basically concluded that it had something to do with the mass vaccination of them, which led the unvaccinated ones to be more vulnerable, because it would encourage more resistant, more virulent strains of it, which would be more lethal to dominate. Is it just a natural selection thing, or is there something else going on that is speeding up the mutations of it? Do these, have these things got, like, mechanisms to be able to, like, where if it senses that it's being, kind of a threat, that it will mutate or something, is what I'm saying. I'd have to look into that. On sort of like, let's say, let's see what it says about it, but saying about how it can speed up mutations in bacteria, acting as a catalyst for the evolution of antibiotic resistance. While antibiotics primarily kill susceptible bacteria, they also induce stress responses in bacteria that survive, particularly at sublethal concentrations, which significantly increase the rate at which mutations occur. So that is the suggestion that when those that survive might actually have a higher chance of. This is what I was talking about when they had all these new mutations coming out as soon as they brought out these injections. Some also suggest that lockdowns might even have contributed in a way, because you're putting pressure on it. If it's I don't know if lockdowns might have done anything, but it's just that a lot of the things that they did to try and stop the virus, I feel like actually made things worse in a lot of ways. So yeah, the masks. I've heard that some people were saying that the cloth masks were not very effective because, for one, they've got gaps in them in most cases, not fitted properly. Two, they've got little gaps where things can still pass through. So when people breathing out, they can still breathe bits out, and I think they found that it only, maybe 10-20% actually gets stuck inside it or something. And yeah, all the materials, yeah. And the question is, all this stuff that you're breathing in, all these materials, are they really good for you? Breathing in all that kind of synthetic material, yeah. It's a joke, really, isn't it? I mean, the surgical masks are better, I believe, and I think I've heard that the N95 masks were actually best, but they had most of the people wearing these cloth masks, which actually probably just lull people into a false sense of security. So, yeah. So this is something, because there was a thing called Marek's disease, where it was, so Marek's disease, I'll talk about that as well. So Marek's disease, it says this is about, highly contagious, usually fatal herpes virus induced cancer in chickens, causing lymphoid tumors, nerve paralysis, often in legs and wings, and severe immunosuppression, spreading via infected dust/dander. It primarily affects young birds 12 to 20 weeks. There is no treatment, but it is effectively prevented via vaccination at hatching. But what they were saying, is, I heard, was that the unvaccinated ones were actually more likely to, once they put the vaccination in, that the unvaccinated ones were actually more likely to be die from it or something. So how do I tell a girl I like her? Just tell her, you don't need to be all like kind of, best to be direct, I would say. Hello, samurai. Hello, lions. Like they like confidence. So if you like somebody, just fucking tell them, just get straight to the point, don't fuck around. Don't beat around the bush about it. Just tell them, is what I'd say. Like, if they don't like you back, just, play more fish in the sea, just move on, and just, it's best to not just keep wondering, really. It's best to just get it off your chest. And then there's going to be someone else out there if it doesn't work with this one. So, yeah. Do you see about the white stuff in people's veins from the CV jabs? I haven't, but there has been some weird things that I've seen. But, yeah. Anyway. So let me have a look about this thing. I'm just trying to do some research, see if whether the jobs. Hello, Nomad Heroes. Okay. So this was saying about a selective pressure for mutations that can evade immune response. But what I'm saying is that is it also something they were saying mutations are inherent to RNA virus replication. However, when a virus is placed under pressure, such as by antibodies from vaccines or prior infection, mutants that can evade these defenses are more likely to survive and become dominant. Yeah, I was saying with this, in fact, in the fasting stuff, is that if you want to eat a lot of food but to bulk up and put weight on and put muscle on, might not be the best idea to do intermittent fasting unless you're quite small and you if you find that you overeat quite easily, then. But for a lot of people, I don't think intermittent fasting might be best unless you're trying to lose weight or trying to maintain a low body weight. Hello, Julie Chappelle. How you doing? Welcome in here. So what this is suggesting is that basically that the viruses might actually be. Well, there was this guy called Geert van den Bosch or whatever it was called. I think it was from Belgium or somewhere like that. And he was, basically he's an expert in like kind of immunology and stuff like that, if I remember, something like that. And he was warning about how these jabs might put selection pressure on the virus to mutate and stuff like that. And hello, Qin, welcome back. So just need to exercise. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that I can eat over 4,000 calories a day and not put weight on. Like some days I used to eat like over 5,000 calories a day to try and bulk up. So yeah, I'm going to have some in a bit actually. And I would eat a lot of nuts to try and just get some fat in, because it's just easy calories really. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. But yeah, for certain people, I think fasting can be good. Young men should be eating lots and exercising lots. Yeah, I agree. If you're skinny and you're trying to bulk up, then yeah, eating a good amount is going to help to try and, as long as you don't eat too much and you end up putting on body fat. The trick is to try and gain muscle without gaining extra fat, which is hard to do. But if you can try and track your calories and only eat in about maybe 200-300, maybe 400 calorie surplus a day, then you're able to kind of, basically the nutrient partition in it will be mostly muscle. So you should stay at relatively the same body fat percentage as you are gaining body fat. This is what people refer to when they talk about like main gaining. I believe they're talking about like gaining muscle while not really gaining a lot of body fat. They're just kind of, I would call it lean bulking. But yeah, you don't want to be main gaining and not eating in a surplus. I don't agree with Greg Doucette when he says he doesn't think people should eat in a calorie surplus. I think a slight surplus is probably a good idea. Yeah, I think if you're going above, say, 500 calories a day, that is too much. Like, more than 500 calories a day, you're most likely just going to be gaining fat at that point. Peanut butter is a good one. Yeah, I'll tell you a good recipe if someone wants to get loads of like fat and calories. I've been doing the chocolate porridge thing, but you could do chocolate peanut butter porridge. So it's going to taste like Snickers kind of thing, but it can be a good way to get a lot of calories in if you're trying to bulk up. So easy to overeat nuts. Yeah, but for me, I actually, I actually need to eat a lot. So I just eat like a whole packet of them and just, I've got some cashews there that need eating, but yeah, I'll probably have to get round to them at some point, but yeah. They haven't had any like salt on them. I find, yeah, eating cashews without salt. I mean, I don't mind it, but yeah, I suppose you could always add it on. But yeah, some suggest like, I mean, salt's probably not like that bad for you if you don't have too much of it. It's when people have too much, and also if you're exercising, you probably want to have some salt actually, because otherwise, I've heard it can cause like muscle. I don't know if like too much. Well, not enough salt I've heard can actually cause like muscle cramps and stuff, possibly. I could be wrong, but we do sweat out a lot of electrolytes that can actually make us better with exercise and stuff. So, craziest thing about these conversations is there are still people starving in world. I know it's crazy, isn't it? You know? Like, it's just all these corrupt billionaires and stuff like that who, they could probably just write a check and just have it all dealt with and still have most of their money. That's the craziest part of it. They're that greedy that they don't care. But it all comes down to self-preservation with these people, right? All they care about is, oh, I don't want to give any away because I want to make sure that my company's on top. They're worried that they're going to get out-competed and whatever, and it's just, yeah. It's wrong, really. Anyway, I might restart the live. I might actually just, what I might do, I'll come off for a few minutes. I'm going to have something to eat and then come back in a bit. Hello, Samantha. Hi. You're a sight for sore eyes. Nice accent. Hello, just passing through. Thank you. Yeah, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. So, anyway, so, yeah. Right. Yeah, okay, thank you. Where are you from, Samantha, anyway? Nice to meet you. Yeah, I've been doing this a hell of a lot lately, but it all comes down to, yeah, I'll have the cashews tomorrow, I think, but, yeah. I got some, like, yeah. What's that? I'll see you. Yeah, see you later, Tara. Have a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, have a little snack and then I'll be back. Yeah, see you in a bit, guys.